everyone, my name is vegandiverkatt, and today I have another video for you. This time it is a video about scuba diving and periods. So once again, gentlemen, this might not be the ideal video for you, so feel free to click away. However, if you are curious about blood, periods, and sharks, maybe you should stay. Before we get started, please feel free to join the Ocean Lovin' Tribe over here. Click the subscribe button and follow me on the Instagram. As well, I have an Ocean Pancake podcast where you can get so many cool stories from ocean lovers, ocean heroes, Earth, people who are doing everything they can in the fields of sustainability and conservation to protect our Earth. So make sure to check that out. I am loving doing that project and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So head on over there. So today is a little bit of a funny one. This is part of my instructor series of questions for scuba diving instructors, and I wanted to dedicate a whole video to this topic because I think it's one of the funniest questions I get, and it is actually a question I get relatively often. And this is usually girls, women, coming up to me and asking me, hey, I have my period, can I still dive? Or how do I do it? How do I scuba dive with my period? Not the funnest way, honestly. But this video is going to get all into the nitty-gritty. Let's start with how to do it. So scuba diving basically means you get your swimsuit on, get your wetsuit on, go out on a boat, do 2 dives, and yeah, sometimes you have a bathroom if you're in Australia, if you're on one of the nice liveaboards or even the nice day boats. But sometimes you don't have a bathroom, such as when you are going diving in Cambodia or Vietnam or Thailand and you're on one of their traditional boats. Or if you are in Africa when you're on this tiny little dinghy. Or if you're on your own boat in Western Australia like I am here. So unfortunately, I have been here for about 3 months, and every single time I have my period, we have gone scuba diving or free diving, which means I'm on the boat for a full 6 to 8 hours with my period, slightly terrified about the situation of the leaking and all that. Of course, the answer to that is, and you can feel free to watch my video all about zero waste periods, is the Diva cup. So this is a little cup which I use for scuba diving or any activities where you just pop it up there, it captures all of the things, and yeah, you don't have to worry about anything. The great thing about the Diva cup is that it lasts up to 8 hours, depending on your flow, of course, meaning you can actually go a full day without changing it or touching anything down there, and it's not going to be a problem. People are also a little bit concerned about the pressure changes and the Diva cup. It does suction in on there, and I have never been uncomfortable. I have never had any leakage during scuba diving or afterwards. It's honestly fantastic, no problems. Yes, you can scuba dive with the Diva cup. It's fantastic. In terms of other options on a boat, I have recently heard that Modibody has created a swimwear brand, which is super cool. I personally still only have their underwear, which I am absolutely obsessed with. And basically they have like a thicker lining down here which captures any of the blood, and I've been using that on my day-to-day life. Unfortunately, I haven't tested out the swimwear, so if you do want to see that, make sure to let me know down below. But also you can get a 10% discount code with Modibody. Just click the thing down there. Check it out. So the swimwear, could it potentially be a great thing for scuba diving or free diving? I do not know, but I am very curious to find it out. Now, in terms of sharks, do sharks smell blood and then come get you? No. So recently I was reading an article about the Komodo dragon, and that if you go to see the Komodo dragon, you should not go during that time of the month because they're predators and they can actually sniff it out. I don't know how reputable that source was, but I found it pretty funny. Now, in terms of sharks, no. I know they say they can smell a drop of blood within 100 kilometer radius or something crazy. I'll include the correct statistic here. However, no. If you are scuba diving on your period, you do not have to worry. This is for several reasons. One, if you're using a tampon or a Diva cup, then nothing's coming out. It's all contained down there. And two, we are not in a shark's natural food cycle. Therefore, it doesn't associate the smell of our blood with food. Our blood doesn't put it into a frenzy. Maybe after a great white shark bites half of you, then potentially no. If you are free diving, or if people are spearfishing and they kill a fish and then they're dragging that fish around with them, those are the people who are much more likely to get bitten by sharks, because the shark will smell the fish, which is in their food web, and they will head towards trying to bite the fish, and then they will potentially accidentally bite the diver. I don't know if you saw that video recently of that guy getting attacked by a shark, but yeah, he was holding a dead fish. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I have a dead fish on me and a shark is coming to me because it wants my dead fish, I just drop the fish. I give the shark the fish. I'm like, you know what, have it. But if you want to be a smart person and you want to keep the fish right next to your body, then you might get bitten. I think that's just common sense. But yeah, let me know what you think. What would you do if a hungry shark is coming for the fish that you're holding? Now, of course, this is not an issue for me because I am a vegan, so I do not spearfish anymore. However, I used to spearfish back in the day, and if you're curious about that, you can watch the whole video because it was an interesting time in my life, and I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy it. And I did think it was a more sustainable way of catching fish. However, just like Scott Wallace and I talked about on one of the episodes of the Ocean Pancake podcast, there are massive downsides of spearfishing and just fishing for fun as well. So make sure to check that one out because it was really enlightening. But anyway, periods, diving, sharks, what it comes down to is you do not need to be afraid of scuba diving on your period. Sharks are not going to come get you. The worst part of it is the discomfort if you're on a boat without a bathroom, in which case I recommend getting the Diva cup because it will seal well, it lasts for 8 hours, and you don't have to worry about it for the whole time. This is what I used when I was in Africa, when I had to stay out on the boat for the full day and I had no chance of even taking off my wetsuit. I did always take off my wetsuit in the shower later just in case, but there was never any leakage. Same thing when I go out on the boat here in WA, I just use this and I've never had any dramas. There is absolutely no need to be worried about it. However, if you do feel uncomfortable or you don't feel up to the sport, remember that doing some light exercise, which is basically what scuba diving is, minimal movement, is good for your stomach cramps and your health. So don't be afraid of scuba diving on your period. And yeah, I love that I get to make videos like this. If you have any other questions, please let me know down below. I love answering them for you guys. Make sure to check out the Ocean Pancake podcast for tons of free resources and join the ocean loving tribe. Also, thank you so much to the people who support me on my Patreon and through donations, because you guys make it possible for me to do the work I do, which is of course creating content for you guys, letting people live ocean-friendly lives, doing cleanups, doing ocean cleanups, learning about the marine world, and trying to find better ways of living a clean, green, eco-friendly life. So thank you guys so much for being part of this journey. We're almost at 7,000 subscribers here. It's crazy. Thank you.